Conflict resolution strategies also may be based on the cultures. Different cultures may have different way of resolving the conflicts. For example, in the collectivistic culture, they see people as deeply as part in the social situations. Instead, for individualistic culture, they see people as autonomous. That means separate from the system. So collectivistics normally will try to preserve the relationships among individuals, and then they try to promote some goods of the group as a whole. So they will avoid direct expressions of the conflicts. They prefer to use indirect methods for resolving the differences in terms of opinions, and they also more interested in demonstrations of the concern and working through third parties to resolve the conflicts. On the other hand, individualistics are kind of people. They are more likely to confront the differences of opinions directly and openly. Maybe this is the easier way. Just confront directly. If using indirect way or through the third party, so it's kind of there are many processes to resolve the conflicts. So, moving to negotiations. Negotiations is a process in which two or more parties exchange goods or services and attempt to agree upon the exchange rates for them. So, negotiations, when people negotiate, that means they negotiate on something. So they will have to exchange other goods or services in attempts to exchange the rate between them. That means to give and takes in order to solve the problem. So they negotiate. That means one party gets something good, the other party gets something good. So negotiations in this textbook will be used interchangeably with the bargainings. So there are two different general approaches to negotiations. First one is distributive bargaining. The other one is integrative bargaining. So the two types of bargainings, however, differs in their goals, motivations, focus, interests, information sharings, and durations. So before we go further, as you can see, distributive bargaining is like you distribute the bargaining, and integrative, that means you integrate the goods and the bad. Normally you tend to you integrate from one with another. We're going to explain more when it comes to its example in the next few slides. So in terms of bargaining characteristic, as you can see, there's a goal, motivation, focus, interest, information sharings, and durations as mentioned here. And in terms of types, distributive bargaining, integrative bargaining. So in terms of distributive, so individual who are involved in this distributive bargaining will try to get as much as the parts in the pie. So if let's say of the pie, that's the whole bargaining that individual have needs to achieve. So in the distributive bargaining, individual try to get as much pie as possible in the bargaining process. Integrative, on the other hand, they just want to share the pie, the slice of the pie with each other. So they expand the pie so that both parties are satisfied. So in other words, this integrative bargaining, so imagine the pie, the slices of the whole pie, of the whole cake. So in the of the cake, there are many, if you slice into different pieces, into different pie, you integrative bargaining, that means they will share of the whole pie with each others. But distributive bargaining, they try to get as much of the pies as they want. So that's the difference in terms of distributive bargaining and integrative bargaining. In terms of motivation, so this is a win or lose. Either they win or they lose. So either they got the whole pie, or they got a few pies, or they lose. That means if they got, they will receive much of the pies. If they lose, they will lose part of the pie. But here the solution is both party will get something. here one party will get something, the other party will get nothing. So this is win-win, this is win-lose kind of bargaining. So focus is more on the the pie. That's mean I can't go beyond that. This focusing more on the importance. So interest, this one, the interest, they just want to get as much as they want of their interest. This one, they just want to get it's kind of they want to get they want to be congruent with each other. That means they have to be in similar interest, in similar importance. That means they try to integrate other interests together with their interest. That's what is meant by congruent. So information sharings, low information sharings here is quite high. Duration of relationship normally short terms for distributive bargaining, long term for integrative bargaining. So distributive bargainings will leave one party as a loser. That means the other party will get something, the other party will not get nothing. So distributive bargaining operates under zero sums condition. Zero sum conditions mean either you get zero or you get all. So that's zero sum condition. So any gain, make it at your expense and vice versa. So if you get all sum. If you didn't get, you get zero. So that's what it means, zero sums condition. So tends to build animosity and deepen the divisions when people have to work together on the ongoing basis, because either you get something or you didn't get anything. So that's what is that's the key words under distributive bargaining. So the essence of distributive bargaining is negotiating over who get what share of a fixed pie. So fixed pie mean here a set of goods and services to be divided up. That mean so basically what is meant here, either you got something or you didn't get anything. So integrative bargaining is assumed that one or more of the possible settlement can create win-win solutions. So it's both party will get something good out of the bargaining. So instead, distributive bargaining, one party will get the benefit, the other will not get the benefits. So integrative, both party will get the benefit. So it's a win-win solutions. It's preferable to the distributive bargaining because the former build on long-term relationship. That means integrative form build on the form long-term relationships. So integrative also bond negotiators and allow them to leave the bargaining table feeling they have achieved a victory. Because it's a win-win solution, so each negotiator will feel that they achieve something. That means achieve something, but a victory, because it's a win-win solution. The other party will it's like the other party will get something, will get benefits, and the other party also will get benefits. So both are getting the benefit. So it's considered is a good for feelings achievements coming from these negotiators. So here is when we talk about bargaining zone, this is the example that you can see in the textbook. This, for example, this party A, that means first party, and then another party B. So normally party A negotiator, they have their own what they want to achieve when they go for negotiations. So party B also have something in their mind what they want to achieve when they go for negotiations. So if let's say they said if their aspirations or their interest cannot be achieved, at least they need to achieve in within this settlement area. So for party A, they will not accept the bargaining if the offer is more toward this side, but they will willing to accept the bargaining if the offer within this side, but within this side, not toward the end of this. Similarly, party A will not accept the settlement if the bargaining or the keys, whatever the element is at this line. That means so close to the party B. So here party A and party B represent two negotiators. That means two negotiators that's involved in the bargaining negotiations of the bargaining. So each party has a target point. The target point is for party A is within this range, for party B within this range. So this is their target, their ideal target that they want to achieve. So each has a resistance point. That means the resistance point for party A is this parts. So if the bargaining is reaching this part, party A will reject the bargaining offers. For party B, this is the resistance point. If the bargaining offer reach this one, it will favor party A, not party B. So party B will reject this when is this the resistance change, a resistance point. So point beyond, that means if beyond this one, party B, for example, the offer is beyond this one toward this one, negotiator will break off instead of accept less favorable settlement. Similarly, for party A, if the offers is within this line, party A also will reject the offer, the bargaining. So bargaining will not work out if for example offers are the favor this side or favor this side. It must be within in the middle of this area. So aspiration range, that means overlaps areas between A and B. That means here. So bargaining will work out. That means will achieve what's favorable outcome. So it is important for bargainings to deal to give something. The elements must be coming from this settlement range. So research show that when you are engaged in this distributive bargaining, one of the best thing you can do is to make the first offer. So in the distributive bargaining, one of the most important thing is to make the first offer and make it more aggressive. Because make it the first offer is showing more power. Normally, according to research, if the first offer more likely to gain advantage if the groups giving more offers or make initial offers. For example, speak first at the meetings or give some settlements elements, for example, to the opposition's parties. So they will have more power in controlling the negotiations and they will gain the advantage. Second one, by making the first offer also could establish an anchoring bias. That means it's like it's showing that you are stronger, you have more control of the negotiations. So people also tend to fixate on the initial information. So when we are being given the first offer, of course we will think quite hard before we accept it. But normally is indicate that the party who give the first offer will have more power to control the negotiation. So this we actually can work on their advantage. So a savvy negotiator set an anchor with the initial offer. So they will set the stage with the initial offer. Scores of negotiation studies show that such anchor greatly favor the person who said it. So it is important when you are in the negotiations, you need to first, if you follow distributive bargaining or if you choose distributive bargaining, or if you think that you have more advantage compared to the other parties, you can make a first offer, because first offer is showing that you have more power and is showing that you have more credibility or more it will work on the basis of the anchoring bias. So anchoring bias is very important, because the person who will be given this anchoring bias, that means first offer will operates on the anchoring bias. This actually the opposing parties normally, according to the research, will tend to comply with these offers, because they think the other parties have more powers in terms of determining the settlements or the elements and so on.